All right, so if we go look at unrest, we now have down at the bottom, quell unrest. So we're putting a -6. Green is good. So we are now lowering unrest by 3.5 per turn. So a couple turns, we'll have this down to 0. I might hold it for a few turns and then switch. Unfortunately, this +2 is going to sit here for another 10 turns, but, whatever. Shouldn't be difficult to deal with. And then we have that little symbol there showing that we are quelling unrest at that location. All right, next up on our list. So let's do some diplomacy. The options are acquire a claim, which we don't have the money for. Frame somebody, which we don't have the money for. Improve relations, we have the action points. And spread dissent somewhere, which we don't have the money for. So, there's other options here. We can appoint him as the heir. We can assassinate him. We can defame him. We can tell him to divorce. Honor with a feast, improve relations, allow another child. This is personal stuff unrelated to his position, but you can kind of see the list of possibilities here. Quite a few things, but we're primarily at this point looking at just the task list related to his position on the council. So let's go ahead and improve relations with Capella. Let's try to be nice with Capella, and we will act on that. And I want to, Baron Dooley Sloan is who I want to improve relationships. Oh, crap. How do you deal with this list? Choose target. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to go from the other direction. Cancel. Oops. Never mind. Some of the actions you don't want to do from the source, you want to do from the target. So if we go here and we click on the Baron, and then I go actions, we have improve relations. So just consider that when you're dealing with the interface and you hit a situation like that where I had a list of like 80 guys that it wanted me to try to scroll through and pick from without any filters. Just go to the target, click the target, and click actions, and then pick the appropriate one. So we're going to improve relations there. And who are we going to send? If we send my brother, he's going to have to do it remotely. And you'll note in the pop-up there in red, it shows -50%, not in location. So yeah, I don't think I really have a choice. He's not too good at it, and I don't want to send somebody out of the faction space currently. So we'll just go ahead and take the 50% negative. All right, Baron Dooley. Opinion of Duke Vorm. So we'll check that again later. Next up, who we got? We got security. Probably guard me. I got assassinated in my test game. Assassinated. It was funny. It was hilarious. The timing of the assassination and the events that followed was great humor. All right, we got 100 rating in security though, so that's pretty good. And this breaks it down. 30 points from me with my 24 skill, but I'm getting a 24% happiness bonus. It looks at your happiness on the previous turn, which you ended with, and based on that, it's applying a bonus to your skill this turn. So it's raising my 24 skill up to a 30 total because of the happiness bonus. I mentioned you always want all your people happy. You want your family happy, you want your wife happy, you want your barons happy, everybody happy because you get big bonuses. And then my commissioner, Sarama Vorm, has almost 70 skill, or 70 points total, 49 skill, happiness bonus, and her opinion of me. That's the other thing you always want. Everybody under you, you want them to have a high opinion of you. You want them to be happy. You want them to like you. That combo, you can see, is jumping her from a 49 all the way up to a 70 just because of those two things. And then the effects down at the bottom. For each secret of a house member or guest, you have the following chance of discovering them each turn. And then -20% effectiveness of assassinate, defame, spread dissent, spy assignments against House Vormithrax. So that's pretty good numbers. So you actions. I'm just going to say provide personal protection for the Vorm. All right. Lastly, our tech. This one is one of the most powerful. I mean, you don't want to get assassinated. They're all useful for various reasons, but the linchpin ones to me, in my current level of ignorance, is tech for the reasons it's going to list down below that effects section. It affects the expedition points per turn. That's our adventures into discovering new tech down here. So it advances this bar faster and we get tech events. Some of the tech events are good, some are bad, but you know, we get more of them quicker if we have a high tech skill. 11% passive skill increase for Duke Vorm. 11% skill increase from performing an assignment or being trained. 1.4% chance each member getting ill per turn, chance of being healed per turn, chance of bad childbirth. Basically, it helps and or limits all of the health-related stuff. It increases the maximum vassals you can have. Tons of stuff. It controls so much stuff. So this one, diplomacy and I think admin feel the most effective. But, you know, I'm sure the others are super important situationally. But, however, so tech, action. So what do we got? We got monitor vassals. This is going to raise our vassal limit. Currently, we're at 3 out of 5. I have 3 vassals. My current fiscal ability means I can control up to 5 without taking any negatives. So it'd be good to get some more vassals. Next one is provide medical attention. If someone in our immediate family is ill, I could have this person specifically attend to them for medical bonuses to try to get them up and healthy again. Shift the fleet composition. So there's 3 different types of ships in the game. And they have different icons, and they have a rock, paper, scissors arrangement. There's interceptors, there's bombers, and there's cruisers, corvettes. I forget which name they use, but however, there's 3 types. And the way it works is one type is going to be 200% effective against another. So interceptors against bombers, for example. If an interceptor fights a bomber, the interceptor gets a 200% damage against the bomber. Bombers are effective against the heavier ships, etc. So it goes in a little rock, paper, scissors wheel. They're 200% damage against one type and 50% damage against the other type. So you got to look at the force composition of your neighbors who you're planning on fighting, and you want to shift your fleet composition. So what this does is this sends your military advisor basically to nudge your barons into adjusting their fleet composition when they're rebuilding their fleets to whatever ratio that you want. And I haven't actually done it yet. I don't know how quickly it happens or what. I haven't played anywhere near a long enough game to get a feel for it, but that's how you shift that dynamic. So when we look at numbers here for, where was that power projection one? I always forget these things. Not assignments, military strength. Note the little symbols right here at the bottom. So these are the 3 types. I think that one is bombers. I want to say that's interceptors, bombers, and corvettes, or whatever the name of that one is. But you can see the numbers here. I can support 12 total. I currently have 11, which is made up of 4, 4, and 2. So that's, well, that's 10, but there's probably decimals or something weird involved. But you get the idea. So 3 ship types, and that's how you kind of shift the fleet composition. So I can look at my neighbors and see they have very, very few of the heavy ships, but I also have few. Looks like this is a pretty big difference here. They've only got 1. So I'd have to go look at the symbols. I forget the name of one of them. I know it's interceptors and bombers. I forget the other one, but whatever. We'll deal with that later. All right. So that's the fleet composition. Rebuild fleet basically lets you rebuild your fleet faster up to your numbers. So like this guy is only at 9 out of 12. He could use some rebuild fleet help. So I could task her with helping that baron rebuild his fleet back up to his maximum values. So I think with the choices we have for her, nope, that's not what I wanted to look at. Assign task. Oh yeah, monitor vassals. Let us do more. It'll basically increase our vassal limit by 1 or 2. Shift fleet comp and train a house member. That's what we're actually going to do. We're going to do train a house member. I don't think I need these other ones. We're not going to fight for a little while. So we're going to train Vorm. And we are terrible. We are just terrible. These are terrible numbers. We're a bad leader, man. I mean, we're only 25, but still, these are bad numbers. I guess we'll go, we got a bonus in military and security, minus military security with diplomacy bonus, and minus diplomacy. Crap. It's kind of a wash. We got a small military security bonus. Otherwise, the diplomacy washes out. So yeah, we don't have much of a real strength in any of these. And the ones I really want to pump, we're terrible at. It's our 3 worst ones, which is hilarious. I guess I'm gonna go diplomacy. Let's try to shore up our weak diplomacy skill. All right, so we'll pick her actions and back up. Train house member, Vorm in diplomacy. All right, we're down to 8 points remaining. Still got plenty of points. More symbols over here. We're now training Duke, organizing personal protection, suppressing unrest, and so on. So it's a nice little system to quickly see what's going on. Let's go back to the standard view. But now we have most of our counselors tasked. So everybody's on assignment. All of our counselor members have a job, and we have the one idle guy, Emilio. What are you good at, Emilio? I'm pretty good at military. All right. I guess we could go send him on quell unrest over here. We've got nothing really else he's good at, so let's go ahead and do that. Yes, Emilio will travel. This is where I can choose to travel or to stay here and act through agents. We're going to go ahead and say to travel. Should be safe-ish over there in our own territory. And now everybody truly is tasked. I got points left, but I got nobody that I can have work. All we have left is the kids. So everybody's on task. There are a few diplomatic type options I can use, but I'm just going to spend this. I'm going to hit end turn so we can just keep cycling and let some things happen so you guys can actually see stuff. Let's leave me there. I don't think there's anything else I really want to work on, so let's hit end turn. The armory has been repaired, so we got our facility up. She wants guardianship, huh? Master Keegan Vorm. That's my spare. Do I care, though? You are a little farther away. That would be, Alan's. Also not likely to be a target of mine anytime soon. She is intelligent, +5 to all the stats, but she's also tribal. Let's say yes. Why not? Do I ask for some cash? I don't think I'm going to ask for some cash. Let's just say yes. So, big reputation bump and all that good stuff. All right, Adele Weber rebelled. Uh-oh, rebellion in foreign states. So, Duchess. So, a Duchess within against Duke Bayan Henderson informed the Weber Quadrant, pressing an unknown person's claim to rule Lambda Serpentis. Okay, so Lambda Serpentis is the cause of the problem. So she's forming up her own little faction to force the claim that somebody in her court apparently has to go after that. So not much I can do about it. Want your vassalage again? I'm going to refuse again. Keep making him unhappy. My niece is very ill. No. Not good. Maybe I'll have to switch my doctor, my tech mom, over to trying to help my 8-year-old niece. All right, turns up. Let's go ahead and do that before I forget. So, you... actions, provide medical attention to her. All right, so we've retasked her to provide medical attention. What else? So we are sitting at here in our home system, unrest of 3. The numbers are still hanging on that -2 for another 8 turns or so, but we've still got a heavy downward trend, so no problems there. We got the facility built, so we've added a hit point for the colony, and we're getting the personal protection bonus out to all of our barons, except for that one. It's too far. 1, 2, 3. Yep, one jump too far. All right, what else do we have? -75% chance of losing surprise. It's only when we join an attack but the -75% chance of losing surprise, that's during the build-up phase. When I declare I'm going to do a fight, this helps us maintain the surprise factor longer. And what happens is when I declare the fight, I then have to pick which colonies are going to participate. So I could pick my own first and there'd be no problem. The surprise is guaranteed for that part. But then for each additional one I pick, there's a chance that the plan will get out and the target will hear about it. So this lowers the chance of the secret getting out. So we can plan for longer, get more of our allies involved and in place before the target gets to react. So that's what the bonus there is. All right. Yeah, we might just hit end turn a few turns because I really just need some time to pass. We need some things to happen. Isabella Vorm? I don't have a cannot be tasked. Everybody's on a... No, somebody is missing. Why are they not in the available section? Huh. Yeah, I guess you aren't in here. Huh. Okay, maybe it doesn't show the counselors for available. It only shows the extraneous members. So she's the one that was doing the building of the facility. That's why she's available. All right, I got it. Okay, so we're gonna do assist tax collection. We don't need to repair anything. I don't need to rebuild the fleet. We're nearing max anyway. So we're gonna assist tax collection. Who shall we assist? Wealth 6, unrest 5, wealth 6, unrest 40, and wealth 6, unrest 24. I guess we'll do Beta Aquarai. All right, so we'll get a small boost to the taxation level there. So everybody's tasked. I still got folks that need guardians. People are going to keep approaching me to take guardianship. My heir is not set up so far. We definitely need somebody to be guardianing the heir. So let's go ahead and set that up. We will appoint a guardian. I'm going to do that locally. Maybe his grandma while she's around. Get some of that 75 tech and the brave kind bonuses. Yeah, let's do that. All right, still got points. Who else we got? Oh yeah, we still do need to. my mom is looking for a new husband. She's 63. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather keep the family slot open to a younger marriage arrangement. How much longer? We got like, what, 6 or 7 turns before any of the kids are of age? 5 turns. Yeah, 5 turns is the soonest. That's Lars, my nephew. All right. Yeah, so I'm not going to do the marriage one. I think I'll leave these for other people to suggest for at least one more turn, and we're not going to be doing anything about our claims on these 2 places. So let's just go ahead and hit end turn. Yeah, the 16-year-old stepdad was hilarious. We had a lot of fun with that test game. A lot of humorous things happened. The 16-year-old stepdad thing was an oopsie on my part with the interface. Mom got tired of that boy toy and tried to set him aside. All right, so Archon Bahari Benton, gave HD 69830 to Duke Bayan Henderson in return for vassalage. No, it's now an Archon ship. Well, I didn't want that. Ah, crap. So, now, the Benton faction, he's now an Archon. Notice the contiguous color on the border going all the way around, and the hash marks indicate that this area is a vassal of this. So that raised him up to an Archon status, and he's now Duke of his own section over here. I didn't really want that, but I'm not going to do about it. Duke Fabian Cheney gave vassalage to Archon Keely Faulkner in return for $60. So he said, pay me the monies. Sure, you can be the boss. So again, this one is now a subject, and this guy gets raised up to an Archon. I'm squished between Archons now. Ah, god dang it. Everybody's getting ill. Very ill. That's not good. There's ill and there's very ill. And then there's dead. It's the only other one. Hey, oh, that's good. Now I can switch the dock over. Good job, Mom. Your niece is no longer ill. Yeah, I do want to stop the assignment. All right, now we got to transfer that. So, you know, let's just go straight to it. Actions, provide medical. Let's have another one-turn healing spree there, Mom. What else happened? Your niece's health is fully recovered. Yeah, that one we knew. How about over here? Another, granted a divorce. Okay. Nothing else going on. We are suppressing unrest. It's down to 33. Number is dropping at 6.7. Look at that. That dude we sent over is doing 7.51 all by himself. That's pretty good for just a house member going over there and dealing with it, not even a counselor. All right, so we'll get that under control shortly. We're still suppressing here locally, but that's under control. We're at 0. Basically, we're just doing it to keep this. I could probably pull this person off and do something else now. Let this build up a little. I mean, we're already at 0. Even if it sticks around for a while, it's not going to really have a meaningful effect. So let's that is Tarina Vorm. This person, yeah. Stop that assignment. Don't think we have unrest anywhere else to really worry about. We're in pretty good shape. It's 25. Guess we could slim that down. I don't need any of the rest of this, so let's go ahead and do it. Let's try to keep everybody as low as possible. All right, so we're just trying to, you know, keep their unrest down, help them out. They see us doing that kind of stuff, and it raises opinions and all that. So we want to get these bars as high as possible. We would like them to also be happy, of course, because that makes them more effective. How are we doing here? Unrest is good. Opinion is good. All right. Yeah, we'll just keep working on it. I could spend my cash on helping build their installations also, which, I mean, has a secondary benefit back to me over time. But I'm going to be trying to build up my own system with my limited cash. What do we got? Same situation, same situation. Do we want to raise taxes? So there's 3 tax levels, low, medium, and high. And if we click here and go actions at the bottom, we can set taxes to medium and or straight to high. There are effects, of course. Your vassals, they're currently being taxed at 10%. This goes to 20, this goes to 30. And it looks like it'll modify my income. We'll gain 3.2, we'll gain 6.2 per turn, but it'll notice in red it says minus 38 opinion. And this one will kind of maintain. I'm going to ride with the low taxes for a while. I'm going to keep trying to build up happiness, bank a bunch, because there's going to be bad things that are going to happen. And I'd like to keep the taxes low for the moment. I don't honestly know if it's better strategically to jump the taxes up and build up the treasury and get installations down as quick as possible. So, all right. So we don't need to activate anything there. We've got plenty of points. We are fully tasked out on all of our people, though. Every single council member plus our extra is busy. We've still got a couple of members. But I think, I can't remember, did we have a pregnancy? I think that would have kicked off already. I forget how long the time frames are when I do the turns. If it's, each turn is 6 months. Okay, so yeah, you could have an intermediate turn with a pregnancy. Huh. There is somewhere buried in the different tasks an option to go out and search for somebody, to just go find an accomplished person, maybe noble, to come join your court, your society. I forget where it's at or which part it is in, but it is an action that can be done. I just don't remember where and what it takes. Personal? No. House management? Maybe house management. Council, assignments, marriage. Nope, not marriage. Yeah, I've seen it. I don't remember where it's at, though. Yeah, I'll stumble across it at some point. Let's just bank the points and carry them forward as cash. We'll try to get up to... I mean, I'm always tempted to spend the money, but the installations that we have are all going to cost 60 or more at this point. So the ones we have options on are ore mine, raises our wealth, gives us military replenishment boost. So when we try to rebuild our fleets, wealth and tax collection bonus. Convict ship helps us spread dissent. We drop convicts on other colonies. That's kind of funny. Jail, assist tax collection. Range of 3, a bonus. Anytime we do assist tax collection jobs, they'll be 40% or plus 40 in effectiveness. That's funny. Simulator, train a house member bonus. So we get more effective at training up house members with skills. And message drone hanger increases vassal limit and increases run spy network. And it's got a 4 range. So our vassals would benefit from that as well. I don't like my list as much as I liked it in my test game. I think we had a much better list of installations on our home planet. I haven't looked at these guys in detail, but yeah, I mean, if I were going to pick one, I'd probably just go for Corporate Tower, the wealth and tax collection bonus, but it costs 120. So, yeah, I'm not sure beyond that. That's not a great list. I don't like that list as much. Okay, declared war on the Allen Coalition, pressing an unknown person's claim to rule Epsilon Indi. So somebody in his court has a claim to that, and entreated to his master to press the claim. He said yes, and apparently diplomacy broke down, and now war has broken out. Gave land Serpentis to Duchess Adele. Okay, so he just got more people. He might be splitting up his own territory to better organize his vassals. I'd have to keep an eye on all that kind of stuff to know for sure. Permission to try for another child with your brother. You are 29? Yeah, go for it. We sculpt the baby of your dreams. Uh-oh. So that noise you just heard was the expedition firing off. So we earned enough points, and this is the expedition event. We sculpt the baby of your dreams. I haven't seen this one. You pick the sign from the rubble of this ancient Novacorp facility. You pass gigantic shells filled with test tubes of all shapes and sizes, some still holding mysterious chemicals. Your mother is waiting in the next room. Eerie machines tower over sealed cribs, tubes dangling, and most appear beyond repair. They called them incubators, your mother says. One is intact. If we follow their instructions, we could use it to emulate a normal pregnancy. Emphasis on normal. We lack the technology to create, she points at the sign in your hands, the baby of your dreams, you finish. Can that technology be found? Just retrofit the incubator for our current needs. So we can either kind of delay or push the storyline on this forward, and we'll have other pop-ups or events in the future regarding this, or we settle for this bottom one. Adds the salvage incubator trait to House Vormithrax for 25 turns, lowers the probability for bad childbirth, and increases fertility. So we can take a 25 turn increase in or adjustment in those factors, or we can push it forward. It'd probably be safer to take this, but I'm gonna push forward because, you know, I'm new to this stuff and this looks fun. Perhaps I've scoured their database. They were in contact with several other facilities. So explore others. Capella Military Lab, improved muscle development. Azimec Genetic Screening Facility, selection of desirable interpersonal traits. Omicron per se, security black site, cultivation of espionage skills. The more of these we control, the better we can enhance the fetus. New action available. Create genetically enhanced baby. Accessible from your character's action menu. Well, I mean, we know Capella's the one right below us. Azimec. Where the hell's Azimec? Hopefully these are all close. There's Azimec way over there. It's another bordering one. And Omicron per se. The other direction? Where are you at, Omicron? Oh, we already control Omicron. All right. So we just have those two we'd have to go get. I was hoping to get Capella diplomatically and Azamek. All right. I just have to remember that we want to try to control those. Although with us controlling Omicron, we could probably fire it off with an espionage skill focus. All right. Capella and Azamek are outside House Vormontar's domain. You'll keep these installations secret for now. Revealing each secret will add relevant installation to each system so they can be repaired. Revealing each secret will add the relevant installation. Huh. Oh, okay. So they're actually going to be facilities or installations we have to fix up. So we could choose to reveal them and have the barons currently in place actually possibly build those. Your brother-in-law staggers. Uh-oh. I think we have a negative event now. With the Duke heir following behind. I was robbed in the street. Your heir tried to stop them. I managed to hack the siren so the alarm only tripped silently, but then the fool guards moved in like a herd of elephants and he got spooked and ran. Impressive for one so young, your brother-in-law interrupts, but regardless, I'd like my property back. So, spend 15 bucks. We'll never find the exact mugger. I'll just reimburse him. His opinion goes up and we lose money. This was security's failure. Minus 15 credits to Commissioner Sarama Vorm, and her opinion of us goes down. Perquisites, you have a head of security, and they are not Emilio Vorm. Take a security team to the slums and don't rest until you've recouped your losses in the form of a special tax. So his opinion goes up slightly, but we add unrest. Or, sorry, your money's gone. He loses the money and he loses opinion. How do you feel about us? We got maxed out opinion from pretty much all of our folks, so I don't want to give them the money. I don't want to get unrest. Yeah, I think I'll say it's security's failure, which it is. They should be protecting the air. All right. Uh-oh, sneaking into the archives again. Here we go. So do we give the 15% chance? Everybody's sneaking into the archives. How many times am I going to have to roll this 15% chance? It's going to fire off one of these times. But that's how we build the skills in the children. They go sneaking off places and get into fights and stuff, and that's how they form their skills. All right, we're back up to our 16 action points, 12 base plus 4 from happiness. So we're not spending most of that, but it's converting to cash. We're up to 48 of the monies. We're getting base of 0.7. We're getting a whole 0.1 more from our improving tax efficiency. Tiny, tiny bit. And unfortunately, it's costing us 2 for the 2 Quell Unrest missions we've got going on. 27 and 21. All right. And our homebound unrest is back on the upswing, but, it's so low, I'm not too worried about it. What do we got? Oh, we got these. Yeah, they've got these DNA things. Add these systems to your domain and repair the installations, then explore them with an action on the system's action panel. When you're ready, create genetically enhanced baby as accessible. That's pretty cool. I've seen a few, I don't know, I've seen maybe 6 of these events so far. I don't know how many total there are. There have been some pretty entertaining ones. And this is one that has kind of a carryover main gameplay effect. So they really want me to go acquire Azamek and Capella. The likelihood of that is fairly low probably at this point without making some pretty serious waves, but maybe we can pull it off. Let's go take a look. So, Nova Corps Secret Police Station. Used by the ancient scientists to engineer human offspring. It's cheap to get running. The Baron might get it up and running himself. What else has he got? Oh, he's got the assembly plant. 15% ruler fleet strength, range of 3, and a wealth. Spread descent, plan attack. Mainly want to look at these ones that have the ranges. Increase vassal limit, improve relations. There we go. Quell unrest, range 3. That'll get everybody in our little faction area. So I might try to incentivize this. That'll really help everybody keep the unrest down. Then we have another armory. Hide fleet movements, which that far back in the back corner of nowhere. I'm not sure that's going to be all that useful. And then another assembly plant. All right. Yeah, not the best assemblage of facilities or installations in our local area here. Let's see. So, yeah, we know about these. So if I right click on these indicators, it'll kind of hide them for 4 turns. I don't plan on dealing with these in the near future, so I'm going to right click. They'll pop back up as a reminder in 4 turns. Leave that alone, leave that alone. Yeah, we know, And you may wish to cover up the following. You concealed the location of a Novacorp military range in Capella. I think it actually should say you may wish to reveal the following because we've already concealed them. we don't want to cover up things we've already concealed. Whatever. Get rid of you two. I'm not going to have mom get married, and we'll leave these up. All right. I still think we're fully tasked out. I'm going to keep quelling, keep tax collecting. Oh, yeah. How are we doing with improving relations with the Baron? So when I point at it, there's a blue, his portrait is right here, and there's a blue bar under it, which is usually his opinion of me. So, yeah. So opinion is pretty good. Opinion of Duke Vorm. So right here, diplomacy, improved relations, we're up to 23. Pretty good in matching personality and diplomacy values. So what happens when we right-click on him? Request allegiance. May accept if you ask politely. Capella will secede from the Faulkner Dominion and become part of the Vord. And if we do it through this menu instead, we can request. That's the same thing there. Then we can also request or demand Capella from the Archon. We can go to his boss because he is an Archon, or he's in the direct Archon league. And we can request it through there. May accept if you ask politely. I'm pretty sure he'll say no. Don't want to do any negative stuff. I don't have a claim on it, but he... I don't know. Maybe go for a claim. That would help offset negatives, but it's mostly the negatives if I try to strong arm my way in. So notice this has the 2 swords, red swords. Respect the sovereignty of a duke over their territory. So that's the 2 negatives. If I have a claim, then it would show like 2 green symbols. They would cancel, so there wouldn't be a reputation hit, essentially, for the taking the action. I think I'm just going to let things go for a little bit longer. I might try to get a claim there, though. I haven't done that action yet. How about these? Any real change here? Opinion is still pretty small. Actions, request allegiance. Will refuse. Not surprised. And we'll definitely refuse. Probably the same thing here. Yeah. All right. I'm probably going to have to take these by force. I don't think I'm going to have much of an option there. What are the ranges like? So you do not... Oh, there's something right here. I'm just looking at distances. So 1... they can bring just about everything to bear. That line is too long. I wish there was another colony in here. Because that means 1 to there, 2, 3, 4. There's apparently things right here. So we wouldn't bring those in. But just about everybody else he'd be able to bring to this location to fight, so he'd have quite a few opportunities unless I executed a flawless sneak attack and minimized what they could bring, if they even helped out. It's not guaranteed they would, but we'll hold off on that. Let's look at military strength again. We're still 11 out of 12, 11 out of 12, 11 out of 12. Okay, everybody's just about got their fleet strength back up to max, but I mean, all my neighbors do too, because there hasn't been much fighting yet. So, we're all limited by these maximum values. All right, so what do we do? This is the part where I start to not really know how to advance my cause short of waiting for opportunities. Because we're kind of tasked out. We'll eventually be able to stop these two actions, but these guys can't do much else useful unless I go to war with somebody. So we might have to start stirring the pot. Let's see if we can check actions with the Archon. Offer vassalage, request demand, assassinate, defame, improve relations. Well, I have to send somebody over to improve relations. We've got our most effective person doing that with Capella currently. So that's not really going to do much for me. I guess you're at 26 unrest. Ooh, you're at 67? But again, if I try to do, like, start a spy network or spread descent, we got to have somebody to send over there, which means I have to untask somebody. Yeah, we have the new installation. It's, no, not in Jin. We got that new installation in Omicron, the Nova Corps Secret Police Station. G has not changed. Let's let things happen. I love these random rebellions. Uh-oh. Duke Marvin Henderson has invited you to attend a feast for Duke Marvin Henderson's coronation. Nice of you, Duke Marvin Henderson. Who are you? Up north there in Nihal? And you don't like me much, but you're sending an invitation. I haven't had much luck in these feasts. We've had some pretty bad things happen so far. But if we refuse the invite, does it matter? I don't really care about this guy, and I'm not trying to be nice with that federation. Huh. And it's going to not just be me, it's going to be the commissioner and the Duke consort, my wife. I mean, if it goes well, we get some bonuses, but I just don't know that I want... I'm going to say no. I don't like the idea. He wants my vassalage still. Nope. Uh-oh. What's going on over here? They've strengthened their... Oh, they got married. Two barons got married? Oh, no, they strengthened their alliance through the marriage of Baron Eyre and Morella Contreras. Okay. Got it. Well, that's all between you, as long as everybody's happy. Here we go again. Random shuttle patrol, Mistress Neum Sloan. Your squadron is ambushed by pirates. Yeah, this is the person I'm mentoring. I'm guardianing. Yeah, she's away from home. She's a ward. Lovely. I really don't want anything happening to her. How much is this going to cost me? What do we do? Better to fight another day. Duke Vorm is not brave. How dare they taunt me? Taste my fury, ill-bred witch sons. Duke Vorm gets respect, minus or 25% chance. She gets vengeful. I am not forgiving. Or squadron, cover my retreat, protect your Duke. She can get the individualistic trait. All right, so it's not too bad. It's just pick a trait chance. Do I want her to have a chance for venge? I wish I could get the details on these traits. I can't get the details in these traits. They're not listed anywhere that I can find in like this. That calls them out. Oh, traits. Does it list them? Yeah, I mean, it gives the names, and they're always paired, but it doesn't say what they do. I don't know what this does. Without going and finding somebody that has that particular trait and pointing at it, there's no list anywhere. I don't have the faintest idea how to make this decision. What is the actual consequence of the vengeful trait or the individualistic trait? Well, I guess I'll go for individualistic trait. Did not gain the trait. Hey, all right, everybody's back to full health. We can pull her back off of that task. And, who are you? Why are you here? Yeah, you're from that Northern Benton faction. I don't know if I want you to be here. Actions. An event is in progress. I mean, okay, I'll hit yes. Does that mean we're not taking that negative anymore? Oh yeah, we took the stupid. This pisses me off. It's like things are going great. Have a random event, negative 10 descent. Deal with it. It sucks. Actions. Quell unrest. I want my most effective person quelling unrest locally. Counter that, please. Well, as much as you can. We're still going to gain 5 per turn, and we've still got that going on. So we got a whopping 13 that we're trying to count against. Be nice when that bleeds off. Clear list. Refuse to request to have another child. Uh-oh, that's never good. All right, so we're still under our vassal limit, still under our family limit. I've got one person I can task. Just gonna go back on training duty for me for diplomacy. Nobody untasked. Quelling unrest, tax collection, improve relations, protection, and train me in diplomacy. How we doing over here? I think there's diminishing returns as you get closer to max, so this bar progress is going to slow. It's pretty good. I'm wondering when's a good time to kick this off, to make a first request. If it's refused, I think there's some bad feelings. So I do want to try to get it as high as I can. I don't think there's any other really direct way for me to influence this guy, though. And I might be able to sweeten the pot with cash. Let's go one more turn. Next turn, I'll look at doing that. All right, so no, not betrayal. Okay. 60 unrest. Our area is in pretty good shape in that regard. Yeah, I would love to get this diplomatically. If we can do so. Man, come on, get your act together, dude. You only got 2 installations. Oh, man. We've got enough cash to start repairing another one, but there are a lot of events that I need cash for, so I'm loath to put myself back down super low. What's our income now? We're up to 15.4. I think it might be time to raise taxes. Yeah, I'm only like 60%. I was really hoping those would go up a little faster. Quelled unrest. Yeah, we got a big boost for sending my folks over to Quell, so that's one way to help. Do I keep trying to push these? Or do we raise taxes so we can do infrastructure upgrades? I think it's raise tax time. Go to medium. Your wife has learned a new combat tactic, flexibility. An apprentice tactic. That first symbol is the type of tactic. Certain types of tactics, hard counter other types of tactics. Plus 20% to damage dealt by interceptors. I think that's the interceptor. And then plus 10 damage taken by. So what do we got? Become an Archon. Has become Archon's vassal. All right, so more shifting around. Your wife. Come on. What the hell, man? Baron is very ill. Not great. Pregnant. Well, I get like one turn of training, and then I have to put my tech mother guru on to curing illnesses. Really, really don't want to lose my wife. Not just because she's probably pretty capable, but because massive unhappiness chain will occur. She's only 33. She's also proud rule breaker. All right. So we raised taxes. We're up to 80. We're getting 16.1. We're spending on the Quell Unrest, which I think it might be time to pull. We're down to 12, and they've just got the living space. So yeah, I think it's time to pull that one. That one. Which means you are now available for something else. I could quell unrest again. I think I can multiply. Maybe I can't do multiples. We'll get some improved defenses bonus built up while we wait. I mean, I think. I don't remember if it was a 60 or a 120. It's a 60 plus 20 to quell unrest, range of 3. But again, I'm trying to build up enough cash that I can have some available for events. So I'm going to hold off on that. I don't think any of these guys are repairing their own facilities currently. I was hoping they would get busy with that, but they have a less income than I do, so it might take them a while to have enough cash to be building their own facilities. Let's see. So we're tasked out again. I got to decide when I'm going to pull the trigger here and try this grab. Don't have a counter for that, for respecting the sovereignty. Let's do the claim fabrication on it. Who do I need to task here? Yeah, well, we'll task the same guy that's currently trying to raise. It's going to take 5 turns, but let's do that. I'm not sure if there's negative effects for attempting that, or if they can, like, counter it, or if it's an activity that gets detected, or if it's a legal opportunity, or I don't know. It's the first time I've tried this one. I don't think I'm going to change much else. We're going to keep building up. Like I said, I need to, I just used some of my cash, so I just need to build that up. We'll just hope for no more negative events to cascade on us. You concealed the location. Duke Marvin Henderson is aware of it. All right, so he found out, huh? Topic secrets. All right. The Archon died. I wonder if that was a natural death. How old? He was 45. They don't mention his manner of death. Guido Benton. Okay. The installation is now visible. I'm not sure why. Oh, that guy. So a foreign guy. I thought it was somebody here in my empire. All right. Yay. All right. So one of the secrets is out. Oh, well. There wasn't much chance I was going to be able to keep those secrets before I managed to capture those. Hello there. Improved defenses. 36% defender fleet strength at G. That's a pretty big number. Wonder how long that lasts. It's got to bleed off if you're not actively doing it. And is it coincidence? My happiness is minus 36 and this bonus is plus 36. pretty sure that's oh, that's that guy. Who cares about that guy? All right, what are we looking at? You specifically, where are we at? 13 unrest. Slight increase. Hey, the numbers. All right, so it's going to start coming down here pretty soon. That should be gone here pretty soon. Reduced by 0.00 per turn. I think that's a timed. It's going to go off at a timer. We haven't hit that. I think it was 10 turns it was going to happen. All right, what happened over here? Another baby. Acquire claim, 4 turns. Yeah, don't think I'm going to change anything. Nobody to task out. Wait, no, gotta get you back to work, Mom. Mom's 65 now. She's hanging in there. Actions. Every time I try to train me, somebody gets sick. Is there a causal relationship there? Mom's gonna take a trip to the beyond here pretty soon, and everybody's gonna get unhappy. Hold on, Mom. Let me get a few things done. Let's see. A cache of shipping manifests and stamped goods have been unearthed that suggest Omicron per se may once have been a member of the Faulkner Dominion. This weakens the Vord's hold on Omicron per se, whichever. They've gained ownership weak claim. All right. I don't know if that's somebody forging a claim on my territory or if that's a random event. It kicked off like a random event with the shipping manifest thing.